Guys, I'm starting a podcast. How cool is this? I realized this the other day. I was like, wow, I've been listening to podcasts for like so long now. Like, the earliest memories I have of listening to podcasts are probably like on the bus in eighth grade. And that was in like 2015. And I feel like this whole podcasting renaissance or whatever, I feel like they've really gotten big over the last maybe 3 or 4 years. But I've been listening to podcasts since like 2015. And dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I've tried starting a podcast maybe like 3 different times now. This time it's gonna be different because I kind of know well, not really, but I think I know what I'm doing with this whole like content stuff. And honestly, the first 3 times I tried starting a podcast, I think they all failed because I tried doing it with other people, and I don't know. I always thought I was like a team player, but now that I've grown up, I'm definitely not a team player. Like, I just hate relying on people. You know what I mean? Like, the first 3 times I've tried starting a podcast, it's obviously they've been with my friends. Oh my God, there's something in my eye. I'm back from my injury. I had an eyelash stuck in my contact, but I got it out. But yeah, like I was saying, I've tried starting a podcast like 3 different times now, and one, I think they all failed because, like I said, I was trying to work with other people, and it's really hard for you to schedule like 3 people to show up. And whenever you're doing like stuff with people, it's really difficult to do things if everyone's not like on the same page. And yeah. Also, the first couple of times I've tried starting a podcast, I really didn't know I didn't know anything like with the whole content thing. Like, I didn't have a camera. It was just 3 people passing around like a blue snowball mic. And I think we were recording it on like the voice memo app of your phone or something ridiculous like that. And now I'm going to start a proper podcast, I hope. And I think this one will succeed because, like I said, it's just me. It's just going to be me and you guys, which also I think is going to make the podcast a little bit difficult because, I've been wanting, like I said, I've been wanting to do this podcast thing forever. And probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I was like, all right, you know what? Starting 2024, it's December 18th, 2023, but you're probably seeing this in 2024. But anyways, I was like, starting next year, I'm going to make a proper one-man podcast. And, yeah, so I've been listening to like a bunch of different podcasts and stuff, and I noticed like only 1 or 2 podcasts have like one character in them. Like, I feel like it'd be a lot easier if it were me and my friend, but like I said, then the podcast wouldn't happen. So yeah, it's just gonna be me and you guys. Probably like, I'm gonna be honest, I have not thought this through. I don't even know what I'm gonna name this podcast. I don't know how long I want these to be. I just know I want a podcast, and I'm going to start doing it once a week. I hope. No, I'm going to upload these on YouTube once a week on every Saturday. And the thing I really like about this is that my parents, they watch my YouTube videos on the main channel, and I can't let one thing slip without like them mentioning it to me at dinner. Like, I'll say like, I've been feeling down the last couple of days, and then we'll go to dinner and they're like, hey, we watched your last video, and are you like depressed? Like, do you need help? And I'm like, dude, oh my God. I like this podcasting thing because I'm uploading this on like a secret channel, and chances are it's going to take them a while to like see this. So I can be as open as I want to be here compared to my main channel videos. And speaking of the main channel, that's kind of what this entire podcast is going to be about because it's like 1:00 on December 18th. And so basically that means in 1 week, I'm going to be starting my 50-week... I'm leaving this in. Fuck it. I'm going to be starting my 50 States in 50 Weeks YouTube series, and yeah, that's going to be the bulk of this episode because I just want to talk about it. I'm fucking scared, bro. I'm so scared. And the thing is, this whole podcast thing, yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I think the main benefit of this is that I'm going to be able to speak to someone that's like, not my journal. I guess I'm not really speaking to anyone. I'm just speaking to this camera and this microphone. But yeah, this is a week before I leave for the first date of 50. And, it's like, it's actually hitting me now that I I'm doing this, and I'm starting to get like severe imposter syndrome where like my mom or like my sister will be like, I can't believe you're leaving in a week. And I'm like, dude, me neither. I'm fucking scared. Okay. Let me run you guys through like the emotions I'm feeling right now. Like I said, I'm really scared, anxious in a good way, kind of. But yeah, mainly those two emotions. I'm like really scared and I'm really anxious. Let's start with scared. The goal of the series is pretty obvious. It's in the name. I want to spend 50 weeks, so basically a year, traveling all over the United States and, spending 1 week in each state. And I've had this idea for almost, by the time you're seeing this, 3 years now. And, yeah, I'm so scared for so many reasons too. Like, I'm scared that I could die. Literally, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back and be alive. I'm scared that the videos might flop. I'm scared that I guess I can just be as open as I want on this podcast because literally no one's going to see it. But yeah, like I'm really scared about so many things. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling basically the entire year. So I'm scared that I'm going to die because, I think a majority of people in the world are like good-hearted and stuff like that. But obviously there's a small percentage of people who are evil. You know what I mean? Like I'm really into like true crime documentaries and all that stuff. And whenever I watch them, here in my hometown, in like the suburbs, in my house with the security and like, nothing really bad happens. I'm like, I'll watch these true crime documentaries and I'm like, man, there really are some messed up people in the world. But then recently, now that I'm going to be putting myself out there so much and I'm going to be exposed to way more dangers, I'm like, oh my God, there are some messed up people out in the world and I'm scared, Ugh. I'm also like really scared that I am like, what if this doesn't work? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's like April 15th and I'm uploading every Monday through Friday. And by that point, 30, 60, 90, I've uploaded almost 100 episodes. And what if the videos are getting like 40, 45, 50 views? Like I'm scared that the series is not going to, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic about it. But then again, there's that voice in the back of my head that's like, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I'm scared that the videos are not going to hit. I'm scared. What if they do hit and it's like, what if things go well and I'm not happy with how things are going? You know what I mean? I'm scared and I'm really anxious too. I'm really anxious about this whole, it's not a vacation. My dad keeps calling it a vacation. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to be like spending a week in every state, uploading 5 days a week. A vacation's like you go to Maui and you sit on the beach and you sip margaritas. Like going to Connecticut in February and vlogging 5 days a week. That's not a vacation. It's more like an adventure. But I'm just anxious about the whole adventure because that sounds kind of corny calling it an adventure. Journey. I've been calling it my series because that's what it is. I want to make a series out of this next year and, release it to the public on YouTube. And yeah, I guess it is kind of a journey or whatever, but yeah, I'm really anxious about it. I'm anxious that, like I said, I mean, I guess anxiety and me being scared is kind of the same thing, but I don't know, dude. I'm like freaking out. And the worst part is I can't talk with anyone about this. Like, when I tell my parents, or no, I've thought about telling my parents I'm scared, but then I feel like that will just freak them out even more about the whole situation because they're like, when I told them, they're like, um, no. And I was like, it's too late. I already bought the first ticket and the second ticket. And, they keep talking about how worried they are. And if I tell them that I'm scared, it's just going to add to their worry some. It's just going to make them more nervous about the whole situation. So I really can't open up to them about it and how, just terrified I am of this thing I'm trying to pursue. I tried talking to my friends about this whole situation and, how I'm feeling. But the thing is, they don't normally hear me like talk about being scared and like anxious and stuff because that's just not really who I am. And when I told them, I was like, guys, I'm kind of like freaking out. They're like, dude, no, you got this. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm like really scared and anxious and I don't know. And they're just like, I get it. They're trying to like talk me up and like, hype me up. They're like, dude, no, you got this. Everything's going to work out and stuff, which I do think things are going to work out. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think things were going to work out. It's just, as of right now, I'm, like I said, scared and terrified. And also very unprepared. I leave in a week and I just bought like a snow jacket because, I'm going to be experiencing a lot of snow, which I'm not used to, by the way. I have grown up in Texas and I've lived here for 22, almost 23 years of my life. It snows once every 3 years, maybe. And I have a feeling that, well, it's not a feeling. I know I'm going to be experiencing way more snow than I've ever experienced in my life. And that's honestly one of the main concerns of my parents. They're like, you're going to die in, I don't want to say what state I'm going to. Fuck it. By the time you guys see this, like, hopefully the series will have taken off. The first state I'm going to is Alaska. And they're so terrified about Alaska. They're like, oh my God, you're going to die. Because, I'm a Texas boy. Like, whenever it's like 60 degrees here, I think it's hoodie season. And like I said, I just bought a snow jacket. I don't know what I'm packing. I haven't packed a single thing. I cannot understate. Well, I'm so unprepared for this trip. I mean, dude, I don't know what I'm bringing. I don't know how many pairs of... Okay, I don't think you guys understand how unprepared I am for this trip. I haven't packed a single thing, and I leave in a week. And dude, the scary part is, it's like, okay, I recently went on a trip to Europe for 10 days, and, if you underpack or overpack for a 10-day trip, it's fine. Because if you underpack, you can just go to a either grocery store, department store, clothing store, whatever. And if you overpack, it's fine. You're going to be back in 10 days. If the series works out the way I want it to, I'm going to be gone for a year. So imagine like underpacking, like, I don't know, socks for a year. Well, I guess I could just buy new socks. Maybe this is not going to be as bad as I think. The thing I'm afraid of, though, is overpacking. Because when I went to Europe, I definitely overpacked, which is fine. Like I said, it's like 10 days and I went to Europe. But if I'm like overpacked and I'm going to be gone for a year, I'm going to have to lug everything I carry around with me state to state to state. I guess I could just throw it away. You know what? I think I'm going to be fine with the whole packing situation. I just talked myself into it. If I underpack, it'll be fine. I'll just buy some stuff that I need. And if I overpack, I guess I'll just throw some stuff that I don't need away. Wow. Maybe this whole podcasting thing, there's like an actual benefit besides, me just rambling on. Which, by the way, I love the whole idea of a podcast because typically with a video and stuff like that, you want to like make your message concise just because you don't want to ruin the flow of a video. But with a podcast, it's like almost in the nature of the whole thing to like ramble on about random stuff. And I am great at that. I love rambling. Also, I can't understate this enough. Understate. Yeah, I think I used that right. this whole situation is like such a gamble, like the whole 50 weeks or 50 states in 50 weeks series. Because when I originally thought this plan out, I told myself that I wanted to have at least 100,000 subscribers and $50,000 saved up. I have like 1,300 subscribers and nowhere near 50,000. Like, oh my God. If I told you guys how much money I'm like bringing on this trip, you guys would be concerned. Like, it's nowhere, it's not even a quarter of $50,000. It's nowhere near $50,000. And so that's kind of what makes this whole thing a gamble. You know what I mean? Like, the most viewed video I've had on my channel is like 3,000 views. I don't think that that's because I'm like bad at making videos. I just think for whatever reason, my videos haven't caught the algorithm yet. But two, I have way less money than I need. And that's what makes this whole thing a gamble because, you know, basically the whole situation is I have to make the series pop off before I run out of money. And if I do run out of money, it's like, okay, do I just give up and go home? Do I try to make money on the road? I don't know, but it's like, I think it's a big gamble, but I think if things work out the way that I plan it to, I think it's gonna be awesome. I hope. I don't know. One thing I was also thinking about is like, I guess this is like kind of like an insecurity of mine, but I was trying to show my brother a video I had made a couple of years ago, and I was scrolling through like my YouTube feed, and I was like, dude, oh my gosh, I've almost been making videos for like 2 years now, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that long, but then again, it's like 2 years, it's like not nothing, you know what I mean? It's like a good amount of time. And one thing I'm like really insecure about, yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it, is like, what if I'm not good enough at making the videos right now? You know, because this is like a once in a lifetime thing, you know, like I don't think I'm ever going to spend another year completely on the road traveling to the United States. And I'm just like, man, what if I'm not good enough right now at my current skill set of making the videos to where like I waste this opportunity? And yeah, that's something that I've just been thinking about like over and over again. It's like, would I be better off doing this a year from now? But then again, that's what it's like. The other voice in my head is like, you can't just keep putting it off. You know what I mean? Because you could make that excuse every single year. Like I could be 24 next year saying, oh man, what if I'm not good enough at the make, wow. Sorry. I could be 24 next year saying to myself like, I'm not good enough yet. I got to hold it off. And, you know, I think I just got to go for it. And that brings me to, well, I was trying to transition, but I'm new to this podcasting thing. Okay, give me a break. You know, I don't really think that there's like a perfect time in life for anything, whether it's like asking that girl you like out or starting a family, quitting your job. I'm a real big believer in like, there's never a perfect time where like all the stars align in your favor. And, you know, it's like the perfect time is now. But with that being said, I feel like if there was any time for me to pursue this like dream of mine, it's now. Let me explain. One, I feel like I'm at like the perfect age to like go after this because I just turned 23 and, you know, that's like relatively still, I mean, it's not like super young. I'm not like 18, but 23 is like young enough. You know what I mean? Like I'll have the energy to like, oh, I hope so. I'll have the energy to like make 5 videos a week. And now I'm adding this to my workload thing. Like, what is wrong with me? But yeah, I think I'll have enough energy to, you know, put in the work. Because I'm young enough to do it and I'm not like old, even though today I was playing basketball and now my back is in severe pain. But yeah, I'm 23. I'm young enough to like go after this, but I'm also old enough to where I think I can like handle myself in 99% of situations other than like, I don't know, getting robbed or getting shot. I'd probably just die of that. I don't, oof. let's not put that out there into the universe. If that does happen, though, play this video at my funeral and just, hi guys. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm like at the perfect age where, this makes sense for me to go and like pursue this adventure, journey. I don't know what to call it, but that's one. Two, I don't have a girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend broke up 6-7 months ago now, and I don't think I would be able to do this if I like had a partner right now in life, just because, even though we were doing long distance, the plan is to be away for an entire year. So that would be tough if I had a relationship to maintain, but I don't. And that's another reason why I think this is like darn near why is there an airplane right now? It's like 2 a.m. Yeah, that's another reason why I think this is like one of the best times in my life for me to go after this. I don't have a girlfriend. Maybe I'll find one, dude. Maybe I'll find like my wife. I've been thinking about that. I was like, dude, what if I like go on this trip and I just like find like my wife somewhere in Tennessee? That'd be crazy. But yeah, number 2, I'm single and ready to mingle. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't have a girlfriend. And finally, number 3, I feel like the last 2 years of my life, even though I didn't know it, have basically been like training camp or just preparation for this series. One, I've almost spent like the last 2 years darn near 3 years by the time you're seeing this, just making content, making videos, and trying to get better. And even though I said I was like scared that I'm not good enough right now, I feel like I have definitely, I don't think I would be able to do this a year ago. My videos were not good enough now, or back then. I think they're good. I hope so. I think they're good enough now to where once a video catches the algorithm and like the series takes off, I think I will be good enough to where people will keep coming back for the videos. I hope. I don't know. But not only have I been spending the last 2 years of my life just, perfecting this craft of making videos and like learning basically everything about storytelling and all this stuff, but I've spent like the last 18, maybe 16 months really just like I guess growing up. I have kicked a lot of bad habits that I used to have 19, 20, 21, around those ages. Like no more vaping. That's a big one. I'm so glad I stopped doing that. I've never been a really big drinker or anything like that, but I've drank maybe like 3 times within the last, probably like 3 or 4 times within the last year. And I've only like smoked maybe 3 times within the last 18 months or so. So like all these like bad vices that I used to, like I said, I never used to I've never been a big drinker. I used to, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this and putting this out there, but yeah, I used to vape and I kicked that addiction probably like right before I turned 22. So yeah, almost a year and a half ago. And not only have I like kicked all the bad vices out of my life and stuff like that, but I spent a lot of the last year just being by myself. And so I guess that's kind of been like my practice for being alone, because I'm basically going to be spending my next entire year with no family, no friends. Oh my God, that's so sad. I'm going to try to make friends like on the road and stuff like that. My first goal for the series is, so I'm leaving on December 24th and I'm arriving in Alaska at like 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve. My goal for Christmas is to spend it with like a random Alaskan family. Is that weird? I don't know, because I was thinking about this, right? If some kid came up to me and was like on Christmas Day with a camera and was like, yo, I'm a YouTuber, like, can I spend Christmas with your family? I'd be like, absolutely not. But maybe there are some nice people out there that will understand and be like, oh my God, yeah, sure, come in, like, enjoy some ham, or I don't know what white people do for Christmas. I looked up the population in like Alaska, which is, like I said, the first state I'm going in. It's like 90% white, which I have no thoughts on. But yeah, maybe that whole spiel I just went on was just honestly a bunch of cope. But I feel like right now is the perfect time for me to do this. Yeah, that definitely was me coping, but I hope it is. Like I said, it's a week before I go and start this series of mine, and I kind of just want to like talk about my vision or like goals with the series because like I said, I have had this plan for almost 3 years now, which is crazy to think about because I vividly remember the like exact moment I was like, dude, I should travel all 50 states and all 50 weeks of the year. Well, there's 52 weeks, but I should travel all 50 states in 50 weeks and vlog the entire thing. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And it's crazy that we're 7 days away from it actually happening. Ugh, but I just want to talk about my vision or the goals I have with the series. Obviously, number one, I want to get it done. Like, that's the most important goal. I want to spend 1 week in every state and show my experience, document my journey, and, post. Originally, I was going to do a daily uploading, like 7 days a week, no breaks, 365 videos. But I've done that before. It's really hard, especially like when you're doing it yourself, like no editor. It's tough. And so I then was like, okay, what if I went with like the David Dobrik schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which I'm still debating on, to be honest. But I think Monday through Friday, kind of like the weekdays, not kind of, that is the weekdays. I think that's maintained. I think that's sustainable. I hope. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. But that's the number one goal. Get it done. Like I want to post 550. I want to post 250 videos next year. 1 week, one state. That's the goal. Now, you might hear that and ask like, yeah, okay, that's like a cool idea, but like what's the whole reason? Like what's the why of the whole series? And I've thought about that a lot. And I think I finally figured it out. It sounds so cheesy and stuff, but like I want this series to be like an inspiration. Ugh. See that? I just cringed. Like I just visibly cringed when I say that. But you see so many people talking online and, saying, oh my God, go for your dreams. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Like shoot for the stars. But every time they're saying it, it's like, one, they're already like rich, or two, they're just sitting behind the camera, like just telling you, yeah, shoot for the stars, go for your dreams. But how much more inspirational would it be if like you saw me going for it, like going for my dream in real time? You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, I originally wanted to do this after I had a little bit of success on YouTube, like 100,000 subscribers and, like $50,000 saved up. And I was walking one day, this was like in July of this past year. I was walking one day and I was like, man, how much more inspirational would the series be if I just did it now with no money and basically no success on the platform? You know what I mean? And like, that would be like another storyline of the whole series. Like, okay, like I left with 1,300 subscribers and who knows, maybe I end the series off with like 1 million subs. That'd be fucking nuts, dude. And like, you could see the progression of that. And that's a whole nother story along with like, each state, the whole series. I don't know. I think that would be so cool. And God, I hope it works out. But yeah, that's the second goal with the series. I want it to be like super inspirational. I want people to watch it and like be like, man, this guy's fucking nuts. He's going after his dream. Why not go after my dream? You know what I mean? Because, my mom asked me the other day, she was like, what's your backup plan if this whole series doesn't work out? And I'm like, there's no backup plan. Like I've never been one to like, oh my God, if things don't work out, I'm going to like go get a degree. And, like I'd rather just go die trying. I'd rather just die trying, pursuing my dream than like, give up. Like there's this one quote, it's by Seth Rogen. And he's like, I'm going to butcher it, but he's like, if you don't give up, you might make it. And if you give up, you definitely won't make it. So just don't give up. And, that kind of like perfectly describes my mindset. I'd rather just keep going at this YouTube thing until it works out than, give up and go work some shitty 9-to-5 job that I could give a fuck about. That's just not what I want to do with my life. Like someone that I know that I was pretty close to is going through some like health problems right now. And that's just another reminder that like, bro, this life thing, it's like, oh, okay, sorry. I don't want to get into like this whole inspirational rant mode, but life's just too short to be doing shit that I don't care about. And I want this series to really embody that message. So some other minor like tangible goals I have with this series is like, obviously I want to make it big on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what does that even mean? Make it big on YouTube? Like, it's all relative. Like, 1 million subscribers is big for me, but then it's like small for Ryan Trahan, and then he's got 14 million subs, and that's small for Mr. Beast. I just want to be able to make a living from making videos. And that is the goal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not making videos to make money. I'm making the videos to hopefully make enough money to where I can just make videos for a living. That makes sense, right? Because my mom asked me the other day, and she was like, isn't the whole goal of YouTube to make money? And I'm like, dude, no. Like, if my entire goal in life was to make money, I would not be doing YouTube. Like, this YouTube thing is fucking difficult. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing it for 2 years now. Haven't made a fucking single dime off of YouTube. The most money I've made is like maybe $1,000, and that's from TikTok, not even YouTube. This YouTube thing it's hard. Okay. Like, if I were trying to make money, I would probably, if my entire goal was to make money, I'd probably like go back to school and I don't know, like go into business or become a lawyer or do anything else. If my goal was to make money, I would not be making YouTube videos. My goal with the YouTube videos is just to be able to make YouTube videos for a living, because I don't know, I just enjoy making the videos so much. And that is one goal of this series. Like, if I come back and I don't have enough money to like be making videos for a living, I'm not gonna lie, I would be disappointed. On a happier note, here's some like fun goals I have for this series. I want to get a sponsorship, and I have the perfect idea for like who I want to sponsor the series. I want to get an Airbnb sponsorship. Think about it, okay? I'm going to be spending basically the entire year on the road. And it only makes sense that like I would get a sponsorship from like an Airbnb type of company to sponsor the entire series, because each week I'm going to be staying in a new location, new state, possibly a new Airbnb. And so every Monday I could like, the video could be sponsored by Airbnb, and then I could get hooked up with a new Airbnb and, guys, this series is sponsored by Airbnb, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, I've had that idea for a while. I think it makes perfect sense in terms of like the content and it fitting with, like, I wouldn't have to change up the content to go with a sponsorship. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already going to be doing hotel tours. I'm already going to be doing like room tours where I'm staying. So it only makes sense that like I get to show off really cool Airbnbs. And yeah, that is one goal I have with the series. I want to get sponsored by Airbnb, and I think it's going to happen. That is one thing I really think it's going to happen if the series takes off. And to be honest, I feel like that's pretty much it when it comes to like, I guess my like goals for this series. 1, get it done. 2, what was 2 again? Oh, I want it to be like, I'm cringing. I want it to be like an inspiration to people, and I want the story to like inspire someone out there to like go after their dreams and, shoot for the stars, I guess. I don't know. And 3, I want this to be like the beginning of my YouTube career, even though I've been making videos for fucking 2 years now. Dude, I was on my YouTube Studio app. I've uploaded over 100 videos and, basically have garnered 0 success, but it's okay, because I really do think that this series is going to be the start of something special. I hope. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my fucking ass, but I think looking back, ideally, this will be like the series that gets me started on YouTube, because I think that serialized content is the new wave of YouTube, and I think I'm going to try to, God, I sound like a fucking prick. I think I want to try to pioneer this new wave of YouTube, because a big reason why I think this YouTube thing is going to work, like this series in particular, is because, I feel like YouTube really needs something new to the platform. Mr. Beast and his style of content, I love it. His latest video he did, I really enjoyed the video, and I've been enjoying his content for like years now, but I think YouTube needs something new, and I want to do that. I want to be the one that is like changes up, I guess, the meta on YouTube. God, I hope I don't sound like too arrogant or whatever, but I don't know, it's like you gotta sound, or you gotta be somewhat like delusional, I guess, to like succeed. I don't know. That is something I have been very. Oh my God! See, like I can't even speak now. That is definitely something that I've been feeling as of recently, especially with this series. You know, coming up, I've been feeling super delusional, dude. Like, I'll be on like YouTube late at night and just like, dude, oh my God, in a week from now, I'm gonna be like in the middle of fucking nowhere uploading videos. Oh my God, I hope this works out. Like, I don't know if I've expressed how scared, how anxious I am for this whole series, but I really do hope things work out. And I hope this podcasting works out. The goal with this is I want to upload one podcast every week and make it like an hour long. And I can talk about like my experience in Idaho, Iowa, Florida, basically like a weekly recap of each state that I've gone to. And I think that'd be so cool. It is one extra thing that I'm going to have to like, do, but I feel like a podcast should be a lot easier than uploading or like editing a vlog. I hope. I don't know, dude. Oh my God. Part of me feels like I've just bit off way more than I can chew, but I found that I work a lot better when I'm like, I feel like this is anyone, to be honest. I feel like I work so much better whenever I'm like super amped for a project, And that's why I think this series is going to work because, the entire series is like one big idea. I went to, this is crazy. We're 1 week out. I haven't even finalized a name. I think it's going to be, I went to 50 states in 50 weeks. Like that's the name of the series, but I don't know if I love it yet. Where was I again? Okay, I remembered. I was saying that I think I do my best work whenever I'm like super amped up about what I'm working on, and those have been my best videos. Whenever I am like super passionate about an idea and I'm like, oh my God, this is a banger. That's when I get my best work done. And so recently with the YouTube thing, it's like, I gotta get like really amped up about a video or else I'm not gonna put one out. It's really like I've uploaded 100 videos this past year, almost 2 years. I've probably scrapped about like 12 to 13 videos like that I've had done. And I'm just like, okay, this video kind of sucks. So I don't want to put it out. And I'm really excited about this entire series. And I think that's why, even though I know it's going to be a lot of work, I think I can get it done because I'm super amped up for it. And I think that hopefully that will be the push I need to like get everything done, because my plan is simple: 5 videos every Monday through Friday, 1 podcast every Saturday, and I want to take like an Instagram. Well, the Instagram thing's gonna be easy, but like I want to post on Instagram weekly and I guess become like a real influencer or whatever. I don't know. It's just like I'm already gonna be spending the whole year on the road. I might as well take advantage of every opportunity I can. So like I'm gonna start posting on Instagram, YouTube, and this podcast. I don't want to do TikTok because I don't know. TikTok is like, if anything, I'll just clip up my videos and make shorter versions of the YouTube videos on TikTok, but I'm not going to like, I don't know. This is what I mean. This is so bad. Like I'm leaving in a week and I'm so unprepared. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm done. I'm about to have a panic attack, but come back next week and I hope you guys enjoyed my first podcast.